Hey Internet, Eric here. Rachel's over there.
Hello.
We are back slowly going through all the Harry Potter movies. Today we are talking about part 3. Came out in 2004, I think? I don't know.
Possibly.
Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Plot spoilers. It's fucking Harry Potter. Um, well, I can't say you should have seen it by now because I just now have pretty much seen this for like the second time. Um, I'm trying to think of the plot for this one. Basically, we find out that Sirius Black, who was, I don't know if he was just a murderer or if he helped.
He was accused.
Yeah, he was accused of betraying Harry Potter's parents to Voldemort, and that's how he got killed, or something like that.
But he didn't actually.
And he did some time in Azkaban, which is basically, I guess, like Hogwarts version of Alcatraz or whatever.
Yeah.
He's escaped, and then everyone's worried that he's going to come after Harry. And then there's more stuff. You find out that he wasn't behind it, and you find out who it was, and blah, blah, blah. And then there's some, like, Grim Reaper-looking characters that are after Harry, and Harry does stuff.
Like
and
the shadow people is what I like to call them.
The shadow people. There's more to it, I guess, but, okay. Really enjoyed this one. I think this is my favorite one so far.
It's fun.
There's less whiny Ron stuff.
Yeah, there's less Ron face.
Yes, we are now coining the term Ron face. Basically, whenever Ron Weasley gets scared, he looks like he has simultaneously pissed and shit his pants, and he's going to throw up. He's not as whiny or scared in this one. Emma Watson as Hermione. She's not really a know-it-all in this at all. I like that.
She still is, but she's not bossy about it.
Right.
Like,
she's matured a lot, and she's more likable. I really like Daniel Radcliffe as Harry in this one because he shows more anger. Because one of my favorite scenes is when his aunt shows up in the beginning. Who is the Trunchbull from Matilda.
Oh.
And he got to live in the closet or something like that. And they're having a celebration, and she starts shit-talking Harry's parents, and he knows he's not supposed to use magic outside of Hogwarts, but he doesn't care. He's tired of putting up with all their bullshit between, Trunchbull
and the people that are taking care of him, his aunt and
uncle, and a little shithead cousin, because they're all horrible. So he turns her into like a hot air balloon.
Yeah.
And she just fucking flies away. And the special effects have gotten a lot better now that this is no longer Chris Columbus. This is the director of, you've seen this movie, A Little Princess. I think he's French or Italian, I don't know. So I'm not even going to attempt his name. But that's really cool because Harry, he's sick of it and he's not putting up with her bullshit, and he maliciously turned her into that balloon.
Right.
So it's a cool change of pace from Harry. He decides to run away. And then he gets picked up by
a double-decker bus.
A double-decker bus driven by a pretty much blind dude who is getting directions from a shrunken voodoo head.
Yeah, just a shrunken head.
A shrunken head. That is another fun scene, and the humans can't see the bus.
Correct.
So he's speeding through traffic and like smushing
Weaving
themselves and to go in between vehicles and stuff. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun. I like how this one is actually really dark too, with the Grim Reaper thing, soul suckers or whatever they're called, searching for Harry every time they try to steal his soul or whatever they're trying to do. I don't know. The rooms get really, really icy and cold.
Yeah.
So that's a really cool take on it. All the other characters are great. Alan Rickman, who I wish was in this more. There's not a lot of Snape in this one.
There really isn't. I agree with you. I've forgotten how little he is in this one.
He's not in this one a lot. Maggie Smith as old lady, whatever her name is.
Oh, yeah.
She's hardly in this. Warwick Davis shows up for 2 minutes. Dumbledore's in it, does nothing. Dumbledore doesn't really do
Hagrid.
Yeah, it's a lot of Hagrid.
Yeah.
Who I'm okay with because I love Hagrid. And I like how he's now been promoted to some type of professor. He takes him out to the forest and shows him like fantasy creatures.
Right.
Stuff like that. So there's a cool scene where he...
Like a griffin.
Yeah, they meet like a hippogriff or whatever, and the hippogriff is nice to Harry and it's mean to who's the asshole? The blonde.
I know, I can't think of his name right
Anyways, the asshole kid that's always picking on Harry.
now. Malfoy.
So that's a cool scene where Malfoy, I think he gets bit or something like that. Yeah, because they're going to put the hippogriff to death because it bit Malfoy.
Correct.
So what's cool is, another thing I like about this movie is I'm a huge fan of movies with time travel.
Yeah, this one is cool with that.
Yeah, there's some time travel in this film, and I like how we're watching this from beginning to end, and things are happening to the characters that you don't know why they're happening until they go back in time and you see that they were manipulating the present.
Time, yeah.
So I've always loved that with Back to the Future.
That was with like Hermione. They kept saying before you could figure out what was going on. Ron kept saying like, "Hey, where'd she come from? Or how'd she get here? She wasn't here a second ago."
Yeah, but she also have.
But later on, you figure out that she was given like certain time necklace thing from McGonagall, I believe, is who it was.
Who's McGonagall? Was he the
Maggie
new guy?
Smith.
Oh, okay.
Old
Maggie
lady.
Smith. Okay, we got a new teacher, right? Yeah, we got a new teacher who's replacing Kenneth Branagh, and it's David Thewlis. I love him in Island of Dr. Moreau, Dragonheart. He is a really good protector of the dark arts teacher, whatever. You find out he is best friends with Sirius Black, who is played by Gary Oldman, who is always awesome. Their chemistry is great. I love how, like I said, this movie's from 2004. Big fucking deal. You find out Sirius Black was framed. I do like, we won't spoil who really framed him. I do like how that is revealed, how you find out who the real bad guy was.
Oh, I had a fun name for him.
Oh, you could say it. I don't care.
Oh, okay. I was going to call him Hans Moleman.
Okay.
Moleman.
Okay. If you can figure out who she's talking about with Hans Moleman, then have at it. But what's great is after you find out the true secret of Sirius Black and how he's innocent and all this stuff, Gary Oldman becomes... Because he shows up and he's like a hobo,
right.
Nasty teeth, dirty ass clothes, because he's been in Alcatraz basically for I don't know how many years, however old Harry is, 14 years, something like that, 14, 15. And then he really shows how he is a really loving, like he's not an uncle, but he's like the godfather to Harry. So he's got that loving relationship with Harry. I wish Oldman was in it more. He's only in it for maybe 15, 20 minutes. But he's still good as always.
She's talking more about the new professor and what he turns into and turns into like a werewolf.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was weird and kind of unnecessary, but who cares? It's a fantasy movie. David Thewlis, the new teacher, is a werewolf or a wolfman or something like that. Because there's two terms that they use. And he's just a werewolf for some reason. I don't know why they do that, but they do.
Oldman is something, too, right?
I don't remember. There was something in the books that they were reading about it, but I don't really think it had... If it had something to do with the plot, I might have already forgotten.
Okay.
There's another Quidditch game, which is really cool. This time it's in the rain. Again, like I said, the special effects have gotten a lot better. I think... Did someone actually die in the Quidditch game? Or when they're flying up through the rain, or is this one of the
Harry gets hurt, I believe, because he's up there in the rain, and then he sees all these shadow people coming.
Okay, that's what it is. Again, the special effects on them are really good. It makes me think of either like the ring race from like Lord of the Rings, or like the Grim Reaper from like the Frighteners.
I see that.
Yeah, so they were really cool. I think this is my favorite one out of all three so far. What helps it is it's 20 minutes shorter, because this one's only like an hour and or 2 hours and like 25 minutes until other than like the 3 hour runtime of the other ones.
I think it also helps that Ron is more likable.
Well, he's not as big of a baby.
He's not as big of a baby. He doesn't make Ron face.
Yeah.
And Hermione's more likable.
Yeah, and like I said, I like the stuff with Buckbeak, the hippogriff. are they putting him to death? Are they not going to put him to death? Will the time travel help? That type of stuff.
Yeah.
There's not much I really dislike about this movie. If I had to, just nitpicks here and there, I like how everything is resolved, but like the very last shot of Harry flying away on the broom and it freeze framing on his big fucking face is stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's just
corny.
awkward and corny. Who cares? But overall, I really think this one is really good. These three here, the acting has improved immensely from them. Like I said, I like how Harry's not putting up with bullshit anymore. So that's a cool twist. No more Ron face and no more bitchy Hermione or bratty Hermione. Love the time travel aspect of it. I like David Thewlis as the new teacher. I love the fact that Hagrid is now a teacher.
I like that too. I like that he was in it. I mean, he's always in them, but I feel like he was significantly in this one compared to the other ones.
Yeah. I liked him dealing with the fact that Buckbeak has to die.
Right. And you see his emotion and that he was sad about it and didn't want it to happen, kind of a thing. And
yeah. My only other complaint is I wish there was more Alan Rickman. I wish there was more Maggie Smith. But who knows where the next movies will take us, because I've seen up to 5, and I haven't seen 4 since theaters and 5 since theaters. So that's at least 10 years, if not longer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's been a while.
But I highly recommend, so far, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I do know that Gary Oldman comes back in at least one of the next ones.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited for that. And I don't know what else to say. Like I said, my favorite one so far. Yeah, so anything else you got to say, Rachel?
No, if you haven't seen them, I would suggest watching them. They're all, I think, very enjoyable.
Okay. We'll see.
But to each their own. But I would recommend you all watch them. So
far, they're getting better with each movie, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think. And like I said, the special effects have just gotten so much better than that first one.
Sure.
Where he looked so retarded on top of that troll and when he's on the rooms and stuff like that. So major improvement from part 1. So with that, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, comment below. This is the first non-podcast video I've done in a long time. Me and Rachel have to do our Please Don't Make Me Watch.
Yep.
Soon.
My choice. Woo-hoo!
It's her turn. You want to say what you're making me watch?
Mary Poppins.
Fuck. Good night, everybody. Cheers.